and welcome to Backwine Podcast, the podcast where anything goes. I'm Chris.
I'm Dale.
And I'm Ollie.
And following the absolutely monumental success of the first episode, we've come back for another one. We had like 2 likes. Amazing.
That's too many, though,
Whoa.
I think.
I know, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yes, we're here to talk nonsense and rubbish again, but hopefully if you enjoyed the first podcast, you'll be listening to this one as well. So,
All 2 people.
all 2 people. Hello, 2 people. We
My
love you.
brother's on it tonight as well.
Is he?
Not the podcast.
Yeah.
He's listening to it.
Hey, good stuff.
I got quite embarrassed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I showed Kirsty and it was
Yeah.
quite embarrassing.
Yeah, you don't really think about people listening to you when you do it.
Well, yeah, we're aiming for no.
I want people to listen.
People I know, I mean. I don't mind people in
Yeah.
other lands and countries tuning in.
I want my mates to know,
Yeah.
because, they'd be quite honest with their feedback as well.
I don't like any of my friends.
Okay.
Don't like
Really?
any of my friends. So
He doesn't like us.
Yeah,
No.
that's fine.
You love us, really.
And you're under duress. Send help.
Anyway, yeah, let's get started. Who wants to go first?
I went first last time, so
Alright, cool, I'll go for it.
Yeah, go on.
My question was,
Yeah.
if I can remember it now, I didn't actually put it in my phone. Your top 3 things on your bucket list. So 3
that's a
things
good
to
one.
do before you die.
Nice.
do they,
Top 3 things
Ta-da.
bucket list.
do they have to be things that you actually would do, or things you just like to do but you don't really think you'll ever
Things
go
that,
through with?
well, things that you would like to do, but the aim of the bucket list is you'd like to do them, and you are going to do them before you die, or you plan to do them before you die.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's the
that's
bucket
good.
list.
Mhm. Yeah.
So there are some things you want to do, but you would never do. Is that what you're saying?
There's things that I want to do that I'm not 100% sure I'd go through with if it came to it.
Okay.
But I would say
Like
they're
a
on my
sex
bucket
change, yeah.
list.
Yeah.
No, I'd go with that.
Fair play. So you can be in the kitchen.
Hey.
The sexism is strong right
Alright, go
now.
for it.
There's a tag right there. Sexism.
Yeah.
Throw it in.
I think we should do it 1 and 1 and 1 and then 2 and 2 and 2 rather
Yeah,
than
that's
somebody list all
So, like,
the
number
3.
1 should be definitely our top
Yeah.
priority one to actually do.
Yeah.
That we really
Go for
want.
it.
Okay. I'll go first.
Yeah, I don't have anything yet.
The order may change, but I mean, this is definitely in the top 3. It's to see the Northern Lights.
Ooh,
I-
good one.
That was one of mine.
Yeah.
That's actually really good.
Yeah.
I won't put that as that now.
No, it's fine. I've always wanted to see them, whether it be, in where are they? Usually in Iceland and all the
Norway,
all the
New
northern
Zealand.
countries. Really, New Zealand?
Or did I just make down it?
I don't know. New
Possibly.
Zealand?
Australia? I
Australia.
I don't know. I know
don't know
they're
geography.
around where you said.
Yes. So if I wanted to see them properly, it probably would be in Iceland, where I could go to the those hot springs that they have up there. And so I'm not sure you can see it from there, but just like going to Iceland. Nice.
Have you seen the hotel that they've got, which is like...
Is that the ice hotel?
I don't know what's inside it, but I've seen a picture of the outside, and they sort of dug into the land, so they've got skylights,
Yeah.
and it's all snowy outside, but you can just see up,
Wow.
and there's just like room. It kind of looks like hobbit holes.
Hmm.
And you just look up, and there's the
And
Northern
there's the Northern
Lights.
Lights.
where
You basically sleep under them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that must be stupidly expensive.
I would imagine.
Well, I guess if it was a bucket list thing and it was the only thing left, or definitely the thing, it's worth the money. So yeah, Northern Lights. I don't really care what colour, because I work with someone who has seen them, I think, 5 times. She's been to Iceland 5 times, and she saw them every time she went there. But she said,
Give us one, mate.
Yeah.
I know, it's not fair. But she said the ones she's seen were red, and
Okay.
usually the ones you see in pictures are green.
Yeah.
And I guess I would like to see the green ones, but you get them up here in Wales.
You can do. I did go to
Do you?
Brecon. Yeah.
Yeah,
I went to Penny Van in Brecon.
Mm.
Climbed that at midnight.
Mm.
Absolutely freezing up there.
Mm.
Was at the top, hoping to see something. Trouble was, we were in the cloud the whole time, so we couldn't see
No.
the sky beyond.
That's a shame.
A friend,
I nearly froze my ass off, so I went back down.
a friend of mine went again to Penavan, and she saw them, but she only knew it was there. She didn't like go up there by chance. She gets like space station updates or something, like basically updates on the weather, and I don't know exactly what it is. And she heard that the Northern Lights may be in Wales, and she drove straight down, and some of the pictures she got were amazing. It was all like pink and orange, and it just looks
Nice.
stunning. I will show you in a bit, actually,
Yeah.
because they are really good.
I'd
I'd
like
love
to
to
see
go.
that.
Okay.
That was one of mine.
Have you heard of the dark park that they've got in Scotland as well.
The dark
This,
park. I'm guessing that's
But
a park that's very dark and got no natural light.
It's
No
a-
natural light.
yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it's a part that is no
There's no light pollution whatsoever.
light pollution. That's what
And I think
it
there's
is.
only a few places on Earth that
Yeah.
can claim it now.
Mm.
And there's one up in Scotland, which I've always thought about going to making the drive up and doing it. Because apparently it's just pitch black and you can see everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to.
When I was in Brecon last, stayed up in a cottage up there. I'm not saying it was not light polluted, but it was dark and I saw shitloads. I'm pretty sure I saw the
Yeah.
Milky Way, and that was pretty cool. I was
Yeah.
like, well, and I know nothing about space, but looking at it was pretty.
Yeah, I don't think
Pretty
you know
pretty.
the difference though until you actually did go somewhere that was pitch
Yeah.
black. You might think you're like, oh, it's really dark here, but you don't know. You don't know, man, until you've seen the depths of the darkness of.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what I feel like inside.
Whoa!
So is that that was horrible? Is that one of yours?
It's horrible. What?
Is that one of your bucket lists to go to Scotland and see the darkness?
No, I wouldn't
They're a
say
great
so.
band.
I agree.
I don't think they've ever played in Scotland. Sadly.
I agree with your choice, though.
Oh, okay, cool.
The
So what's
Northern
your one
Lights
then?
big
Thank
one.
you. Yeah, go on. Go with
One
you.
of mine, something I've always thought about doing, and again, this is the thing I questioned: do I have to pick something I'm going to do, or because I'm not 100% sure? Is to have an MMA fight.
Oh, okay.
At some level, like
Yeah.
super amateur, because I can't even take a punch. But I'd like to have that kind of test
Okay.
at one point during my life. I think that would be interesting.
Like, who would you fight?
God knows. Like, hopefully some fat, out of shape,
But if it's like MMA,
tiny
wouldn't you? Would,
person.
Fat,
Like
out
a
of shape,
pygmy,
tiny.
yeah, just like a tiny fat pygmy, possibly with no arms or legs.
And you'll still lose.
and you'll still,
Yeah, so I could just choke him out. That would be
yeah,
fun.
but I mean, like, it wouldn't be MMA, I guess, would it?
What if you had
what
no
would-
legs?
No, would it? What would make it MMA? Because would you just be in an official arena beating up this
Yeah.
pygmy with no legs?
Yeah,
or would you
like a cage match? Perhaps the pygmy.
in an official MMA arena?
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not talking like UFC. Like I don't want to fight
But
anyone
sure-
who could
Yeah, but
kick my ass, but I'd like
as
to
a
test
bucket list thing,
myself.
if you said to like a professional UFC player, it's like those, you know, when they do charity things, when they do this stuff with like little kids, and I'm not saying a little kid would do UFC, but that's
Like Make-A-Wish
That's-
Foundation type of thing.
yeah,
No, I'd
that's
get-
real MMA.
I wanna get
right?
beaten up.
No,
by an
well,
enemy.
it's all real MMA. If you're fighting in a
Yeah, but if you're fighting a pro, it's like I fought.
yeah, but I'd get
John Cena's
murdered.
not one.
No,
John Cena? No, he's a wrestler.
That's the
wrestler.
one.
no, I'd get murdered straight away.
Yeah, but
Like
if they
this-
didn't take it
one
too
punch would-
seriously,
No,
KO.
what I mean is I want to fight.
you want to
in a-
actually
in
try
a-
and fight.
I want to fight in a test of
Okay.
whether
Strength,
I could
endurance,
whether
and
I
stuff.
could do it or not. You know, 'cause,
Okay, I got you.
you know, like do you remember?
I wasn't sure if you just wanted it for the experience of I went in the MMA ring. And,
No.
You
I
want
want
actually
I want to fight.
very
like,
cool.
do you know Tom Fyde did the charity boxing?
Yeah.
Mm.
Like I really admired that because
He won as well,
that's
didn't he?
hard. Yeah, he
He
did.
did win.
Yeah,
Fair play
but
to him.
that's hard. Like I know it was only an amateur level, but just being there and getting
It's
punched
brave.
in the face.
I knew
is-
someone
yeah.
who did the same thing, and he won as well. But
Yeah.
fair play to him. I wouldn't do it.
Well, I love the training. You know, like boxing, kickboxing training and stuff,
Which we need to stop with.
which we do need to start back up again.
Yes,
I've been
yes,
doing
we
a lot
knew.
of it lately. I figured out a way to because I got a ground bag for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen
So,
that, haven't
yeah.
you? Yeah. So it's just for anyone listening at home that doesn't know what a ground bag is. It's a punch bag that's just for sort of ground grappling and punching, so it doesn't have anything to hang it up with.
I've seen it too. I was
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
No, I know, I'm
Okay,
explaining for the.
Sorry.
But I figured out a way to attach it to the the pull-up station,
Yeah.
and it was with an old bit of bondage rope that I had lying around, and I've never used. Never used it. Never
Cool.
used it. It's a hemp rope, and so I've strung it up, and now I look like I've got a proper back alley gym.
Nice.
I saw
Back
your
alley
post
gym.
earlier actually
It's
on
great,
Instagram.
man. Yeah. So that would be mine, is to have a fight, like a test myself fight. You know,
That's cool.
I want to see how well I'd actually do.
I like that.
if
I would like to watch you as well. That would
well,
be fun.
if it ever happens, you're all invited.
Yeah, we'd support you.
It's cool.
Big signs with Ollie on it. Beat that fat pygmy. You know.
Be that fat pygmy with no arms and legs.
You.
yeah, that's-
One of mine is to go to like a proper full-on like Michelin star restaurant,
Nice.
which is by I can't remember his name.
Heston Blumenthal?
Nope.
Oh.
Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay, love him. I would love to go to one of his kitchen and for him to, I'd love to. Me and my mate Chris watch Hell's Kitchen. We've watched it every season, and we've said that one of the things we'd love to do is to go on to the Hell's Kitchen, not to be a chef, but to be a guest there, which would be absolutely amazing. So that would actually be one of the ones.
That's pretty cool.
Or even just one of his restaurants.
Okay.
Burgers, I think, like one of the places has a burger that's like £200.
No.
Yeah.
That can't be right.
Yeah. Well, from what I remember,
I'll have to check that.
have a look. On one of his on one of the episodes, I think that's what he said. But I'd
Use this opportunity to take my jacket off without trying to rustle too loud.
but yeah,
why
that's something I'd like to do.
Are you a foodie? Do you like?
Well, no, it's the fact that like we've all done like normal restaurants. We've done restaurants that are really.
I would say I'm more of a foodie than you are.
Yeah.
But I mean, not that that's relevant. I'm just
I
just saying,
definitely eat the most.
Well, yeah, but it's not about that. It's the experience and.
It's the fact that you like Ramsay as well. So
I
you want to
love
go to a
Gordon
restaurant
Ramsay.
of
Yeah,
his.
love Gordon Ramsay.
Does he have a chain? Like Jamie Oliver's, and he's got his little name on everything.
Yeah, I believe so. Well, he's got
I don't think it's got his name
It
on it.
hasn't got his name on it, but yeah, he hires people to be in his kitchen.
So would you want to be at the one that he's cooking in
He's cooking in,
presently?
yeah.
You want him to cook you a meal?
In a sense, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so you want him in the kitchen?
I'd like him in the kitchen,
Yeah.
or one that's run by him, then overseen by him. Because
Okay.
he doesn't actually, he's the executive chef. Like they do the plating up and everything, like and overseeing it all. They don't
Yeah.
actually cook usually. So
Yeah.
No, I mean,
That's
yeah, they
interesting.
own restaurants, but it's just their recipes that
yeah,
those main cooks do.
Did you see that?
I'm not finding a £200 burger
Burger.
deal.
In weight or price? Because I would definitely eat a £200. If it was
No, I mean,
weight-wise.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
finding
like
that.
me.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. It's from what I remember. I'm sure that's what.
No,
what
it's
it
alright. I
says.
just gotta check these things.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to lie to all.
You're making shit up, man.
That's fine. I'll make shit up all the time.
You probably are no Northern Lights. Or New Zealand, you're lying.
There's no place called New Zealand.
Speaking of which,
Go on.
What?
I've been watching so much stuff this week about flat Earth theory.
Flat Earth theory.
Yeah, this will be a brief little interjection because
Okay.
we should probably do a podcast on this at some point. You're not aware of flat Earth theory?
We are not. Well, I'm not. Dale.
None I know of.
These conspiracy theorists. There's a group of people that think that the Earth is flat.
Well,
Still.
that was
Still.
yeah. I was gonna say that was like years ago.
Yeah. Oh no. They're still current, making strong YouTube arguments for why the Earth is flat.
Why is it flat then?
I still can't comprehend what they mean really, but it's just
They've seen
interesting to
the,
watch. They think that
They seen the Earth
Yeah.
they
from
think
space.
well apparently actually something interesting about this. They think that it's just photos that NASA or whoever is running the show has doctored to make us think that the Earth is a globe. Okay.
Okay.
Again, I'm not saying I believe in
No,
this.
no.
I just find it interesting to look at these things that people are
I
saying.
really admire that about you.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'm open-minded to say the least. But when I was watching these things and looking into it, I found that the image of Earth that you do see, apparently it's not real because they can't get an image of Earth that good from as far away as they need. So basically, what they do is they send the satellites around, and it takes an image and an image and an image and an image, at different parts of its orbit, and then they have to composite into one big thing. So it is in effect photoshopped,
Right.
but it is actually images of the Earth.
Okay.
So yeah, that was just interesting. When I said like there are no Northern Lights and you're lying to me about New Zealand, it reminded me of all these nuts on the internet who were like, the Earth-
Are
the
they
Earth's
all?
flat. Oh, by the look of it, they're fucking
No,
crazy.
No, are they all from New Zealand? Or
Oh no.
I just thought I thought maybe it was like a New Zealand podcast
No.
where they were.
No,
I'm
I
not
was going
gonna
to
do
say
that.
it's a global thing, but maybe it's not
Maybe.
a global thing because there's no globe.
That's what it'd be called. The flat thing.
Yeah, flat
It's a flat thing.
ball.
Flat
Mm.
ball.
So yeah, sorry, I just had to bring that up.
No,
Cool.
that's
But we
fine.
need to
That's
get into
interesting.
that at some point because it's
All
fascinating.
conspiracies we need to get into.
Oh, we need to so deep.
Oh god,
So
that's
deep
going to
into
take 3 episodes, I
conspiracies.
think.
Yeah.
a conspiracy per episode.
Michael Jackson's still alive.
He's one of the theory nuts, I think.
Yeah. They'll have
No, Michael
loads.
Jackson.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
One that just popped into my head, but I've always wanted to do, and who knows, maybe I would actually like to write and produce a screenplay of something. Short film, maybe not an entire film because, you know, they're quite a lot of work and I'm very lazy. So, but something that gets produced in, like, you know, the proper quality production and because, you know, I've got like certain ideas running in my head and I would actually like to put it to paper because I learned how to write screenplays and stuff when I studied it in school. And I always thought that would be quite fun because I do like seeing basically what you had in your mind and then put it on screen. It's sort of like this. We just said, let's record our voices, and just even seeing it on the website is just fun.
Yeah,
and just like putting an image to it or whatever. So yeah, I think that would be good. I'd like it premiered.
Yeah.
Why not? And you know, we're dreaming big. This is bucket list. We've got to
What,
dream
like
big.
would you want to like enter into festivals?
Yeah, I definitely would. It'd be I would say a live action short film. And like I said, I have a few ideas in my head, and I would tweak them up and stuff like that. But if I could ever have the resources to do that, I'd love to do it. That's a big thing of mine because, as we know, I'm a big film lover as well. So
yeah,
that's mine.
Funnily enough, one of the ideas I've got for like a big long episode one day is that we'll write a movie from scratch. We'll
I
spitball
love it.
ideas and we'll just come up with a synopsis. And
I
then-
love it.
Yeah,
Nice.
because I used to like doing that in school as well.
Oh, they were fun.
I'm pretty sure whoever made My Little Lie stole my A-level coursework.
Oh, my little
yeah.
eye. I remember
Yeah.
that. That was good fun.
I'm sorry, I'm rustling here. I'm going to do this quickly,
Okay.
go for it.
He's opening chocolate. Chocolate's opening.
and it's only enough for one.
It's only enough for one.
But I got to eat
Oh,
before
shit.
8 o'clock, so.
That's fine.
Okay.
Carry on.
There you go. So yeah, that's mine. Short screenplay, maybe a big one if the movie takes off.
No,
But
that'd be good.
that's my idea. Or a TV show. I'd like to do a pilot for a TV show. Either one.
Cool.
Back to you then.
My next one would be, and this is more of something I plan on doing rather than pie in the sky, is to drive on the Pacific Coast Highway from Northern California.
We were
to
talking
Southern
about this
California.
Before you
you
write.
came over. So should we ask him now?
Yeah, if you. We can't remember. Did you hit 30 this last year or this year?
No, 21.
22. Yeah.
21. Yeah, I'm 30.
I
30,
told-
30 last year. That was
Last
my
year.
30th
That was
birthday.
the meal we went to and everything.
Yeah.
I told you.
No, because I wasn't sure if it was your 29th. Because I remember you said for your 30th or 1 year you would like to do the California coast.
Thanks for bringing that up.
My apologies.
I've missed a
Just
life
like-
goal.
Well, no, not at all. I wasn't sure if it was.
You prick.
You could do it for your 20th.
Yeah, I am 30 and I didn't do it.
That's fine. Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
all mouth.
Hey, but you still will, and you said
I'd
so.
love
Yeah,
to.
why the Californian coast? You said.
Mm.
So what does that entail?
Well, ideally, what I'd like to do is hire a car, something proper American, like a
muscle car kind of
convertible.
thing.
Oh yeah, or like a VW camper,
Okay. Oh yeah,
and do it
nice.
super cheap.
Yeah. Would you go on your own?
I would. I got no problem with that, but I think I'd rather go with either one other person or a group of people. That I think it would
Well,
make.
I'd go. Would you go?
Yeah,
America, yeah.
I do like the idea of going solo because I think you can.
Take it all in.
I think it's a bit more challenging, and I think you'll be forced into meeting locals
true,
rather
yeah.
than sticking with your own group.
That's true.
Not that I think that would happen, but
It's not like a film where you meet people along the way.
you never know.
You never know, I guess.
You can write the.
I can write the film.
Yeah,
There
I'll
you
go and have the experience. You can write the
Ollie's
film.
Journey. No,
And Dale can go and see
that's
the
a
Northern
working
Lights.
title.
And with
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay, yeah. Cooking you
So Gordon Ramsay, if you're
cooking
listening,
Michelin
we're gonna
star
go to the-
beans on a camp stove.
Yeah.
I'm telling you to get the fuck out of the kitchen
I'd be
because
fine
you're not a woman.
We're gonna go back to it.
Every single episode is going to be all about women in the kitchen, which I don't endorse. by the way.
No, I'd
Me
like
neither.
disclaimer. I don't really think women belong in the kitchen. It's just something I like to say to them now and
Well,
again.
in my family, it's always the guys in the kitchen because we enjoy cooking.
As we should be,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
but that's also sexist
No, it's all.
Oh, not really.
because it shouldn't be either way. Everyone's welcome. Just saying.
There you
Even
go.
as that.
So
But
Californian
yeah,
coast.
California. I'd like to go from. I think I'd like to go from north to south. I'd want to see all of the beaches along the way. There's just something about it I've always loved. I've been to the east coast of America, never been to the west coast. I want to hit all the beaches, but I want to start up in like the thick foresty areas where I'm planning on befriending Bigfoot.
Nice. And have him along with the journey.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah, cool.
Imagine that. It'd be like Harry and the Hendersons road trip. Did you see Harry and the Hendersons?
No.
Have you seen You've never seen Harry and the Hendersons?
Never seen Harry and the Hendersons.
A film with John Lithgow, and his family get accosted by a Bigfoot who comes to their house.
The more you talk about it, the less I really haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
Oh, I don't know whether you'd enjoy it, but it's a good film. Anyway, they sort of take the Bigfoot under their wing and fall in love with him. So yeah, that's it. North to south, I just want to experience like driving in America and maybe sleeping in the back of the camper and seeing all the beaches and eating some good burgers and stuff.
Gordon Ramsay's there, yeah.
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay's burgers. Gordon Ramsay's £200 burgers.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's
Cool.
my second
I
one.
like that. That's a cool one.
That's a long held one I've had, which I plan on making.
Yeah, but you will make it happen.
One day.
Cool. One of mine was I've always loved music. I've always wanted to be in a band.
Nice.
Actually, did try and start a band with a few mates before, and it just has never really worked out. But yeah, it would be like on a bucket list to actually have a proper band, and I would be I like singing, but it's actually metal music. So whenever you wanna,
give us a
and
tune.
I'm not going to give you a tune now. I'll probably break the mic.
Would you write the songs or?
Yeah, well, yeah. What, me personally, or just the
Yeah,
band?
like would you give it a go of writing the songs? Or would you get a band together and like let's
No,
collaborate?
I'd get a band together, and then we could all like do the music ourselves. But yeah, that's always been a dream, just to like.
What would you do? As in
Vocals.
like part of the band, you do vocals,
Vocals,
right?
yeah.
Okay, at which level would you say
That's it.
that
type
would
of
be
thing.
satisfied? Would
Well-
it be band practice? Would that satisfy you? Or would
Oh
you
no,
want
to
perform
actually
on
play a
stage?
gig, like
You'd
play
want
at a
to
do a
festival
gig.
or something like that. Yeah.
record, put out a CD.
Record, put up one
Yeah.
one CD or even like an EP or something like that. But I wouldn't see that happening again. I've tried it a few times and it's never stuck. So, but that would be.
Never say never though.
Well, no, not at all.
Unless
But
that's your band name.
what's that? Never say never.
It's a Bond film, isn't
Say die.
it? Never
Another
say
day.
die.
But yeah, that's one of them. It's something
That's a good one.
I would like to do. Just to be. Cause I always love listening to music and bands play. I like going to see bands and stuff like that. So to be able to do that for someone else, like to be the band that someone wants to go and listen to, would be amazing.
That's a good one.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, back to me, isn't it?
Third and final.
It's gonna be quite generic. Well, not generic. It's gonna be quite broad. It's sort of like what yours is, but mine would be just to learn and master, but learn an instrument.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
any type of instrument. Well, there are a few. Obviously, I'd love to play guitar. But I would love to play piano as well, or even I love the saxophone. Love to do sax. Why
I can
not?
see you with a sax.
You can see
in silhouette.
Yeah.
Like
Oh man,
on a
I
brick
love it.
wall.
It sounds amazing. The saxophone. So
It's a good instrument.
either I would just. I know they take time, and I'm never really sure of myself, and quite not very confident at all. And I just think, it'll be really difficult to learn, so why bother? But like, maybe one day I will just like, oh fuck it, let's just give it a go and try and learn. And but yeah, so just any instrument I can. Well, banjo would be pretty cool. Banjo.
No joke. I'd
Even
love to
even
play
a
banjo,
even a
man.
drummer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
playing the drums would be good. I am no good at rock band, but I do like
Oh,
playing
I
it. I'm not saying
No,
it-
it's some rock
no,
band.
I'm not saying it's anything like
Yeah.
playing
No, I
a
know
real
what you mean,
instrument, but
I know someone who is actually so multi-talented with instruments that I think he's pretty much got nearly every instrument going.
wow,
He can play anything and everything.
I envy him.
He's fantastic. It's amazing.
I like soulful instruments, like it's gonna sound like the least soulful instrument there is, but like the harmonica.
I know,
like
yeah,
when
I
you
know what
see
you mean.
people and they're like,
And
really
pro-
like
They love it, don't
It's
they?
passionate
Yeah.
about it.
yeah, it's like a physical thing. You see them play, like eating a corn on the cob kind of thing.
Yeah, I could
like
do that.
I think my uncle used to play guitar. I think my granddad used to play harmonica. and yeah, that's a good one. I saw Whiplash the other day.
Oh, great film.
Didn't like it.
You didn't
No,
like it?
I can
I was
understand why it's a good film.
You
but
guys
I
don't know
Yeah.
films.
wasn't. Do you know?
What
Yeah, I wasn't too much
happened?
of it.
You guys don't
Nothing
know
happened.
films.
No.
And then they were just like at the end, they were like friends.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I'm not even gonna bother trying to explaining why it's so good.
Sorry.
Fall on deaf ears, man.
Yeah, well, you're wrong. So, so yeah, that was my instrument. Back to you, all.
Ooh.
Last one.
God, this is sad, isn't it? I can't think of a third. A third thing I'd like to do in my life. I can't.
I found it hard to do a third.
I
I do have one now.
Yeah, just I didn't make those up, but I just chose those off the top of my head.
Yeah,
right
there's
now.
probably other
basically
things,
I
but
want
yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
So
All right, I'm gonna go for. This is more of like a life goal than a bucket list thing because it's not something I think once it's done
That's it.
I'll tick it off.
Okay.
But it is to achieve a good physique. That is my third thing.
Okay.
like how good is good?
Just good enough to feel confident. Like I'll take my t-shirt off in front of anyone, but they don't necessarily
know.
want to see it.
No, exactly.
But I want them to want to see it.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
I just want to. I want to feel physically
a
fit.
bit of a like. Look at
Oh,
me.
I tell you what, do a muscle up. That's my third one.
yeah.
Because that goes hand in hand. A good physique.
Is muscle ups are
Muscle
really
ups,
hard.
yeah.
And
What's
you
a,
need a good...
sorry, what's a muscle up?
So yeah. Do you want to explain or should I explain?
Yeah, I'll go. A muscle up is on a pull-up bar. You start from.
Oh, just pulling yourself. Yeah.
Well, you pull up
Yeah.
to that, like so the bar is chest height, and then you transition into a push down. So you're taking.
You can do this, right?
No.
No.
Not even Dale can do this.
Wow.
And Dale's like super fit. So you go from here
Yeah.
At the moment, I
to
can't.
here.
Oh, he will.
Okay.
I will.
So it's like a pull up and a tricep dip in one move.
Yeah.
I see.
Extremely hard.
And
Yeah.
have you seen it being done like?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll show you some later.
Okay.
But
Yeah. there's a
they're
thing called
really
Battle of
good.
the Bars,
Mhm.
which I've been sort of like dipping into watching because I still can't do any of it. And pretty much it's just like people on gymnast bars and they just like, well, it's insane, isn't it? They just pulling up, pushing up, spinning, transitioning from bar to bar.
Hmm.
You see people doing like is it called a lever where you sort of you're holding onto the bar, your arms are sort of 45 degrees and your body's parallel.
Oh
to
yeah,
the
yeah.
floor.
It's like a plank upside down type
Yeah.
of thing.
It's unreal, and you see people with like one guy doing that, a guy holding onto his shoulders doing it, and then a guy holding onto that guy's shoulders doing it. So you've got a stack of three guys
All
all
completely
in a
horizontal.
lever. Just the strength is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So that would be my other life or bucket
Cool.
list is to be able to do a muscle up
And have a good physique.
and have the physique that
For
goes
it.
along
Well,
with
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Very nice.
I think one chases the other.
Yeah.
Doing them,
And that's
builds that
completely
physique.
doable as well.
Oh,
Oh, definitely. It just takes
We'll work on it.
practice.
So I need
That's
to
it.
get back onto it as well.
Yeah.
With that in mind, my third one I would love to compete in Ninja Warrior.
Nice.
I would love to do that. I've been told many times that I should go on it, or I should be on it, or that,
Yeah.
or the cube. People said I should really. I don't understand why. I think people have a better expectation of me than I do.
Yeah.
But I would love to
Just
be
'cause
fit enough to go on to Ninja Warrior.
Just because you're like physically fit and everything, I'm not. And I'm just thinking, dude, you should do that. I'd love to do the cube.
Yeah,
I reckon I could do the cube actually, but Ninja Warrior, no
Yeah.
no
I'd
chance
love
in
to
hell.
do Ninja Warrior.
I tell people all the time, anyone who mentions it to me, because I don't have a TV.
Yeah.
No, I do have a TV. I don't have a TV license, so I
Yeah.
don't watch it. Everyone's like, "Oh, did you see Ninja Warrior?" And I'm always like, "My friend Dale wants to go on that."
Isn't it a
Yeah.
thing where people told you and you didn't know what it was?
I didn't know what it was at first.
Yeah.
Someone said, someone said to me, "Oh, I watched Ninja Warrior yesterday. You should be on it." And I went, "Who shall I be?" Because I was
Black
thinking,
Ranger.
no, I was
Black
thinking,
Ranger.
I was thinking it was Ultimate Fighter. Oh no, Ultimate Warrior or something like that. It was like through the ages. Like
Face
it's
paint.
that TV. It's
Yeah,
like
I
the
know,
TV
I
show
know
through
one.
the ages. It battles.
They pit like a Viking against the samurai.
Yeah, and that type of
Yeah.
thing. What's it called? Ultimate.
I have no
I
idea.
can't remember what it was called, but yeah, I thought it was that. So I was like, "Who shall I be?" And they just went, "Well, you." And I was like, "What are you on about?" And they told me. I was like, "Oh, okay, fair enough."
Funny.
But that's Ninja Warrior is what
Yeah.
I would like to do, and hopefully get far on. So my aim, because obviously I was quite ill last week,
What are you
chest
due?
infection.
Yeah. was going to say we used you on there last week with you, and you were like,
Yeah.
Oh, don't speak to me.
Yeah, but I would. I'm gonna get back to training now.
have you ever done anything similar, like a Tough Mudder race or anything like that?
I've done the closest thing I've done is 10k
Okay, that was just a flat run.
flat run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, ran the whole way.
Yeah.
Done in 48 minutes, which I believe the person who came in first done in 30
Okay.
minutes. Done in 30 minutes.
Jesus.
Done in
Christ.
30 minutes. That's insanely good.
Yeah.
They're like a gold medalist and stuff like this. But I was thinking, if I, for the very first attempt,
Yeah.
I'd done in 48 minutes, if I'd done loads of training for it and done a few, I could probably get to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So,
Whoa, challenge.
challenge accepted.
Mm.
I went for a run the other day, and like we were averaging about a 10-minute mile,
Yeah.
which is not good.
Yeah.
Not good for like if you're running.
Yeah.
So yeah, half an hour for a 10k is good.
Oh, yeah.
So
10k
you
is
could-
6.2 miles.
Yeah. Oh, good. You could Tough Mudder would probably be a good place
I'd
to
love to
start.
do-
though,
I would
because
like to
it's
do
just
Tough Mudder.
A run with an obstacle course.
Yeah.
They do that down here, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
They do
it's
everywhere.
pretty cool.
I think I will do one soon. I'm going to get back to training. And,
What was
Yeah.
that one that we saw once? It was like basically be a man. It was something like that. But it was like it had the obstacle course. You run through the mud and all that, and you climbed an obstacle course. It may have been called that, but I'm pretty sure it was like prove your manship or something like that. It was like so. It was very sexist actually.
I don't know.
No, we
Yeah.
went down there once.
Tough Mudder is something I will do in hopefully a few years to come.
Cool.
I'll
Man.
train for it and go for it.
I know a guy who recently lost a shitload of weight, and then
You find it.
he sort of did it. I've got it. No, he sort of did it over the span of a year, I think, and he went from being super overweight to really fit, and then at the end of the year, he ran the Men's Health thing.
Oh,
I think
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
And that's good. It's good to see a guy
Oh yeah,
do that. It's inspiring,
yeah.
So yeah.
Something that I had in mind the other day, which I spoke to Kirsty about as well,
Mm.
is it's discipline is everything. You can get motivation can come and go, but if you discipline yourself to all that, then
Yes, I don't have that.
you discipline yourself, and because the thing is, I'd go, I should go to the gym today, and I'll be like, I really can't be bothered. But as soon as I'll make myself go, and as soon as I'm there, I'm really glad I've gone. Do you know what I mean? So it's all about discipline. Motivation can come and go. You shouldn't find the motivation, because you could be spending ages finding the motivation for it.
What about inspiration
Inspirations,
to train as well? Because
but
lately, sort of had a bit of a personal triumph this evening, boys. Stop hitting the microphone, man. I'm bearing my
so
soul
close.
here.
go on.
Personal triumph.
Yeah, well, I've been sort of messing around with the intermittent fasting for a while, which is essentially I don't eat until 2 o'clock in the day, and then I finish eating at 8 o'clock at night. Well, because we had to be here to start at 7 o'clock, I didn't think I was going to be able to fit in my food properly, so I was planning on going to Five Guys because it was on the way. I could pick something up and eat it. Instead, I went home and I made a healthy dinner before I got here.
Nice.
It was just a quick one. Now, that might seem simple, but that was a big thing for me.
Well,
Because
that's better than
normally
Five Guys.
Yeah, I'd cave. I'd do it.
Yeah.
And lately, I've been so keen to work out every single day. Which is why I say like inspiration over motivation, because I'll be sat there at 9:30 at night some nights, and I'll be like, oh well, I've got nothing to do. Usually, I just like doss on the sofa or go to bed. Now I'll just punch the bag for like half an hour, and it's not a huge thing, but it's like that
something.
inspiration to do it rather than don't do it. And you're
Well,
right.
yeah,
as soon as you've done it and you get
You feel
there,
so much better
You
for
feel
it.
so much better, and it's like you can tick it off your list that day. Then
Yeah.
you're like, I've done that run. I've lifted those weights.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like if you can either have the inspiration, something you wanna get to, but I don't really have any inspiration at the moment for it.
Yeah.
Except for doing a muscle up. That's something I want to aim to. So that's
Yeah.
it. When I see people do that, that's inspiring me to do it. But I'd like to. I use the discipline thing instead to get me to it.
Motivation was on my list
Nice.
of things to discuss.
Nice.
Well,
Should we
there you
go
go.
into that? Should we segue into that?
Go on, eh?
Motivation.
Motivation.
What
Generally,
asking what motivates you? Is it?
what motivates you in life? What do you want to achieve? What makes you feel like you want to take action to get there?
Biggest one probably. Well, it's people close to you, friends and family. You always want to, anyway, like be your best for them.
So you can give your best.
So yeah,
I'd agree with that.
definitely.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that one because I was really struggling to think of something then, and then when Dale said that, I'm like, yes, well that does make more sense.
Well, this is you're probably gonna go, but Kirsty inspires me, motivates me a lot. There you go.
Get over
new girlfriend of 5 months now.
Get a
Serious? It's been that long?
5 months now. Yeah, she's like I.
Do kiss her.
Yeah. Yes, Ali, we have done that now.
Gross.
That yeah, I want to be my best for her as well.
All right, cool.
Oh, dude, you got some brownie points there. Nice.
Well, I won't make her listen to this. She can listen to it if she wants to.
Yeah, she will.
But no, that's a big one for me.
No, that is good. I like that. It's a good motivation. Mine's very similar. It's for my friends, like my close friends. Now, I would say I have sort of a small knit of close friends.
Yeah.
You're in there. I'm not sure about Ollie yet, but
No, I keep myself at a distance. Arm's length, at least.
You are clearly in there, my friend. Oh, I'm sorry. You're stuck now. You're stuck in my group. Shit. But no, like I had a really rubbish day today, as I told you guys today, and it wasn't. No, nothing bad particularly happened. It was just a crappy day in work. I just felt rubbish. Everyone just seemed very annoying, and I was just like, I remember saying in my head, what is the point? What is the absolute point? All I'm doing is just this same job day in, day out. I'm not going to name the company. I've been in trouble like that before, so let's not go again. But then I came home, and still a bit miserable. But Beck, my wife, for people who don't know who Rebecca is, took me out, and we just went for a coffee. Just had a good old chat and a laugh, and now I'm here with you guys recording this. That's what it's about. I mean, I know people are meant to like their jobs, and I know you like your job. You like your job as well.
I love mine.
I'm
I
not.
suppose work. Sorry, go on.
No, I am not in that position at the moment. I'm not saying that I will, because I am working to become a voiceover artist, and that's my goal.
Yeah.
So as far as motivation goes, there's that.
Yeah.
There's coming home and looking for jobs, looking for auditions. I've been networking with some people recently as well to get me some more work. So that's obviously very motivating, and thinking that I could just sit on my bum and read things and get paid for that's cool. And people motivating me then to say, you've got a good voice, why don't you try it? And I did. And that was a big thing I did last year, because it was a course I took. I went to London, recorded it, and fell in love with doing it. I really did. I remember I think I texted you guys and stuff. I was saying it was just like the best thing, and every time I got like headphones on and in front of a mic, I feel extremely comfortable, really comfortable. And that's a really nice feeling. It's like a feeling I never had. So it was sort of like, my God, this is what I want to do.
Well, I remember when you sent the link to the site, like your profile page on that. When you read the help me out, you did it. When you did like the 3 separate things, you did an advert. You did
I did an advert. I did a corporate video. I did a story.
Yeah,
Dale liked the story, and go on.
Well, I remember hearing the one thing, not realizing it was you, because I'd never heard you do it
perform
before,
in a sense,
and thinking that it was like the website's example of how to do it.
I agree,
and I was incredibly impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was
that means a lot.
Good.
I didn't know
because I didn't know.
Yeah.
Did you not? I told you. I didn't know it was you. I thought like the first audio thing that loaded was the website's example of what they can produce in this studio. Turns out it was
you. It was one of your
you.
Yeah,
it was just you.
It was just you, and sadly, it was just you.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, I agree.
So that's what motivates me and my friends and family, just thinking, okay, there is more to this, like hanging out with you guys, being with my wife. That's the best thing I can think of. And that makes me happy. So
that's interesting. I think what motivates me,
Go on.
at least at the moment, is, whereas you've said friends and family, I think mine is an idea of becoming super self-sufficient.
Oh, okay.
So whereas I think I want to get to a place where I'm not reliant on... This sounds strange, but I don't mean I don't want people around me, but I don't want to have to rely on other people for my comfortability.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that's what you
No,
guys sounded
I
like when you said it.
No, that's fine.
But I mean, like, because I work with my family.
Uh-huh.
You know, my parents
You do,
are my
yeah.
employers.
Mhm.
In a sense, we sort of all work
And you've worked
together
with
now.
you've worked with them since you had a job, right?
In some capacity or
Yeah.
another, yeah. Since I was like 13, I've worked with
in the
my
shop
parents.
and stuff like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So at the moment, it's self-sufficiency, but also in like a health way as well.
Yeah.
Because say over the past couple of 2 years, I've got interested in health and well-being and things like that. It motivates me to think that in the future I won't be reliant on medical care because I'll have taken care of myself enough that I won't have those problems. And it's still like a big ongoing process, but that's what motivates me, is like being as healthy as I can possibly be and getting in a place where, you know, illnesses don't affect me. Not don't affect me, because I'm sure everyone's susceptible, but, you know, self-sufficiency and taking care of myself, knowing what I need to do to have my own life. To have my own life.
To have your own life.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's something.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. And also,
But you still love your family and friends.
Oh, I love my family and friends to death.
Yeah.
And also, I like to get some hot girlfriends.
Or friends.
Girlfriends, plural.
Yeah, man, monogamy's not my thing.
I've heard so many different arguments from you when it comes to stuff like that.
Not for marriage.
First of all, you're just like, well, no. First of all, you're like, oh yeah, one woman, and now you're just like, nah, two women and three, five. Why not?
So yeah,
Very cool.
there you go.
Okay, I'll ask a question. I'll just
Go for it.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. Is there a documentary or a book that really changed the way you saw something?
Yes.
No.
Really? Nothing at all?
I don't read. Don't watch documentaries.
Don't watch any documentaries at all?
No. Well, I've seen like wild.
But like, you know, it makes you think, wow, there is like, say, another side of the story, or I didn't even know that. I've got one as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you start.
Yeah.
If you haven't got one, you can sit this one out, but you can obviously waver in.
I don't read. I can read.
Yes,
just to let you know. I just
read.
find it so boring. I would rather run and climb a tree, or just run, or punch something. I don't know. I find it really boring. I want to punch the book that I'm about to read.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't really watch TV as in
You're more of a doer
TV.
than a thinker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't need something to change my perspective on things. I bring anything in, as we said, like, you know.
Okay,
for
so
COVID
are you saying a
enthusiasm.
documentary or a book?
Me?
Yeah.
Will be a documentary.
Mine will be a documentary as well. So I recommend, say, if we convince you, you should watch these documentaries. Because documentaries are films, and I know you like films.
Yeah.
And there aren't, I know when you hear documentaries, sometimes you think, how boring. But
No,
some of them are
I wouldn't even
I
say
think
that.
I'd rather watch a documentary oftentimes than a film.
I have to be in the mood for documentary, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
I think more so I'm in the mood straight off for a documentary than.
Right, okay.
than
No, I'm always for the
film.
movies and fiction, but I will always watch a documentary.
It's so opposite.
I
It's
know.
unbelievable.
Why are we friends?
Oh, that's good.
I guess.
Don't need to be. Don't need to like.
It's
everything
just
the same.
funny, isn't it? It's funny,
Right.
but every single
One of you
opinion
go.
we seem to be.
Yeah, upset.
at odds
And then
with.
I'm in the centre.
Yeah.
This is what I
Sales
sounds
in
like.
the centre.
I'll be up the tree. I'll be climbing a tree for some reason.
And we accidentally set this up. I'm on the end, and you're in the centre.
Yeah, and I'm in the
There you
centre.
go.
Yeah.
Go on then, Al. What documentary changed the way you think about things?
Sorry, I've just got a text off my brother saying the podcast was not bad at all. Well done.
Hey,
to the
thank you,
first
John.
Cheers, John.
Thanks, John. We'll mention you in this podcast now. Hi, John.
Hi. Yeah. Last year, I watched a slew of documentaries about health,
Okay.
but one that stood out was called "May I Be Frank." Do you want a rundown of what it was about?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Basically, it was about an Italian guy who was
Named
living in
Frank.
Yeah, his name was Frank.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. He was living in
joke.
San Francisco, and he was Franksanfrisco.
Franksanfrisco.
So he was living in Franksanfrisco. San Frank. Did you say San Francisco?
I think so.
Okay, that makes more sense. San Francisco.
Frank San Francisco is the best.
Franksanfrisco.
Go on.
Oh my
It's about a guy living in San Francisco. His name was Frank.
So his name's Frank. He's living in San Francisco. He's massively depressed. He's massively overweight. He's got hepatitis. He's just a bit of a mess. He's a mess of a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, he's a party animal, likes loads of drugs, loose women, and all that sort of thing. And he stumbles into a place called, I can't remember the name of it, but basically it's a vegan cafe, and it's all raw food.
Yeah.
And
sorry,
Franksanfrisco.
I'm just still loving it. Franksanfrisco. Wow, I'm so sorry.
Well, that's
You
a
carry-
character
I am
name.
listening to it.
You can create your film around
There
it.
you go.
Sounds like private dick.
Goes to a vegan place, raw food
It's a
served.
vegan
Go on.
place, raw food. I can't remember the name of the cafe, but it might be something to do with love. I don't know.
Eat, pray, love.
And in this cafe, they sell a book, which is kind of like a handbook to changing your life, and it asks you questions like, "What would you want to do before you die?"
Mm-hmm.
And one of the questions was, "What do you want to do before you die?" And Frank answers, "I want to fall in love again."
Okay.
So the people that own and run the cafe approach him and say, "We'd like to make a." Oh, no, I don't think. I think the documentary part came after. They said, "We'd like to coach you through a transition." And basically, they were going to feed him raw food meals and get him off all his prescription medication and stuff like that. And he agrees to go along with it. And they film the process. And basically, it's him going from an overweight, depressed, sick person to he's just like a new man. I'll show you photos of before and after.
That's cool.
But the process is he goes and eats raw food meals. He takes wheatgrass shots. They take him to get colonic irrigations and stuff like that. And he takes up yoga and things. And the transition is unbelievable.
How long is the transition?
It's ongoing. This is the thing I like about it.
Oh, he's still doing
This-
it,
yeah,
right?
like,
Okay.
you see
It's
him
not like, start, end.
You see him.
everyone's
You see
happy,
him
yeah.
like a year after.
Okay.
And the transformation's amazing anyway. But I've seen interviews with him after the documentary was released, and it's motivating to me to see this guy saying that it's still an ongoing journey. And basically, he just had to learn to love himself again.
Yeah.
And the idea of the film was that he did fall in love again before he died, but it was with himself. So he'd lost the idea of having to find a woman and stuff to make him happy, and he found himself.
Okay.
And I understand that sounds cheesy as hell,
No.
but it's a really good film. And I'd urge you to watch it if you can.
No,
And
what's
that
it called?
And that inspired you?
That
Can I be
inspired
Frank?
me to just like take up.
May I be...
Well, the
may
juice.
May I be Frank?
May I be
May I
Frank?
be frank?
Maybe Frank.
You know, like the juicing.
Yeah.
It all came part and parcel with that sort of episode in my life where I
Mm.
took up this interest in health.
No, I love it. I mean, you guys made me juice.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love
Well,
it.
I was massively. Because do you still like the juices? I haven't had one.
I haven't had one in a long time.
Yeah,
yeah.
same here. I haven't had one for a while.
Saturday was the first I'd had in a couple of months.
I still
'Cause
love
I
it,
have
though.
been having smoothies and stuff. But
Yeah.
I
wanna
wouldn't
get
have a proper
Nutribullet.
juice. I wouldn't.
Why?
Well, they're good devices, but I
Yeah.
had one and the base started leaking grease. So I found out the grease was going up into the drinks that I was
Oh.
making. So I ended up buying the Vitamix.
Oh.
You know, that big motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Was this the one you got really excited about when you bought?
Yeah.
It's the one that makes
Soup,
soup
man.
Yeah,
and
the-
ice cream.
Yeah.
Fair
Yeah.
play.
So yeah, May I Be Frank, if you haven't seen it,
Okay, yeah, that's something I'll watch.
it's a good film. Touching.
Cool.
Cool.
Yours?
I have recently. I was. This isn't what I'm going to choose, but I think it deserves a mention. But I was Making a Murderer. That was on Netflix recently, and that just really, completely hooking. But just made you think about the American justice system a lot. And I was blown away by that. But that's not what I'm picking. I just thought it deserved a mention because it's really good. I recommend anyone watch that. But mine is Blackfish.
Yeah.
And everyone knows about this, and I've how do I put this? Because I've always loved killer whales, always loved them. Thought they were like the most gorgeous animal, and obviously the most intelligent. I remember learning a lot about them, and I don't know. I was in school when I was about 12, 13, maybe even a bit older, and I always wanted to go to SeaWorld and see them, without knowing then the treatment of whales and all that. But it's just like when you're a kid, you just want to see these amazing creatures. So, I had that in my mind, and then I don't know, lots of years down the line, I can't remember what it was at. I think it was in 2013, but I saw a trailer for it. It was the Blackfish, and I was like, oh my god, treatment of these orcas sounds pretty bad. So I bought the DVD, which is something I never normally do, but I did because I really wanted to see it, and opinion was changed entirely. Like, really bad. And obviously, have you guys seen it?
I'm afraid. I gotta say, I'm afraid to watch it.
Right.
Because I don't want to see the.
I don't like.
I don't want to see the
animals and
footage
stuff,
of.
so I don't like.
Right.
Don't think I.
But
That's
I know
the
what
thing.
it's about.
Yeah, exactly. It is about SeaWorld and the way they keep orcas. But I mean, the main thing about it is obviously there was a trainer who died there under
Accidentally, though. Wasn't it?
accidentally died with a killer whale. But the documentary explores, why she died and why it was investigated, but not that much.
Yeah.
And all things like that. But the documentary is really clever because it doesn't say SeaWorld's shit, SeaWorld's crap, SeaWorld's horrible. It doesn't, because when a documentary does that, it's very one-sided, and you don't really get
It's
both
making
sides.
you feel.
You actually don't get both sides in the documentary because SeaWorld declined to comment on the whole thing.
Yeah.
But what it does, all it is explaining the history of SeaWorld. So all it's doing is not saying SeaWorld is bad. It actually doesn't say that. And the documentary director, I can't remember her name. I'm very sorry, but she said, I made the documentary because it just seemed like one of the most magical places in the world where a trainer dies. Something's obviously not something's off there, and she never had a go at any of the trainers because she genuinely believes the trainers love the animals. It's the corporation, but she doesn't say that.
Yeah. I can see that being the case.
Exactly,
I can't
yeah.
imagine you can interact.
But
with
when someone just hears, Blackfish, SeaWorld's horrible, and
Yeah.
they would have such a very one-dimensional look at it. And if you see the whole documentary, you kind of get it. And
it's great.
I agree. I think maybe it would have been fine back in the day, which it was, and now people. Well, it shouldn't be. I don't think it should be happening now, and I would love the whales, the orcas, to be released. But I went to SeaWorld after I saw the documentary.
Yeah.
Only because, well, I had tickets, and they were included, but it was to get my opinion to see if the documentary was as
real
crazy as they say. And you could really tell when you were in SeaWorld, because it was maybe a year after the documentary was released. Things were different.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't as busy as it would have been back in the past. And I went to go see the killer whales in the tank. I've been dying for this moment. And it was quite sad.
Yeah.
Which was obviously such a shame. I would love to see them in the wild and stuff like that. But so there I am behind this big pane of glass, and there's this absolutely gorgeous. There's so many of them, and I was just looking at them. I was thinking, dude, I was like, this is such a moment I've been waiting for, but because of what I saw, it changed my mind, changed my perspective, which was the question. And
it's a tricky thing, I think, because whether you like it or not, they are in captivity and they are there to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
So if one of your life goals was to go and see a killer whale and that was the only place you could see it,
you would do.
Would you boycott it just because of the?
Well, no, I mean that's one of the reasons why I still went.
Yeah.
Because I saw the documentary, I knew it was bad, but I mean, it's not just because I had the tickets. I needed to see for myself if it was as bad as the documentary says, or if it was. You you need to get your own opinion. Because you can't form an opinion if you haven't been there.
Yeah. No, I've been to SeaWorld, and this was way before probably any of this came out.
And it's amazing.
It's a great place.
They are unbelievable. They don't do shows anymore.
No,
because of that. They say, that's cruel, and that's how the trader died when doing the show and stuff like that, dragging her to the bottom, which is very sad.
I mean, ideally, there should be no animals in zoos anywhere. Ideally.
I know, that's the thing. They're boycotting SeaWorld, but then you just think, what about lying in a cage and stuff like that?
Exactly.
So...
Well, there was a guest on the Joe Rogan podcast that I listened to the other day, and he used to work in a sea life centre in Canada, and he got fired. There's a big thing about it at the moment. He got fired because he was the walrus trainer, and he started seeing things that he didn't like around the park, and mistreatment of animals and things. And he decided not to stay quiet. So there's a big lawsuit going on between the owners of the
Is
place.
it in America, this zoo?
Canada. But yeah, it's interesting that you brought that up, because I just heard this thing, and this guy's like, the treatment of these animals is atrocious. They shouldn't be there. I can't remember the name of the park though. But if you're interested in Blackfish, maybe look up this Canadian version. But he's in a court at the moment because they're trying to sue him on suspicion of attempting to steal the walrus that he was the.
Oh really?
Yeah, which apparently he wasn't going to do, because.
But I guess he
wanted
wanted
to.
to.
What would you do with the walrus?
Yeah. But he was just so sick of seeing these things. So. What would you do with a walrus?
Yeah.
What do you think about like the whole orca situation? Do you think it's bad? You've heard about blackfish. You haven't.
I've
seen
heard
it
about
yourself.
blackfish. I don't think I've been to SeaWorld.
To America.
Then no, I haven't been to there.
Would you go?
I don't want to go to America, so no.
Fair enough.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't like seeing animals in captivity at all. I don't like cruelty to animals in the slightest.
Oh no, absolutely. We're all with you on that.
Yeah, some. I know there's some places like the animals are raised in. I don't want to say captivity, but they're raised in zoos, and then if they're set onto the wild, they're not trained for that, so they will get attacked and killed. So in that sense, if they're raised there, then I don't really see a problem with it as long as they're kept safe, no cruelty at all.
You do bring up an interesting point because I went to Discovery Cove as well, where you swim with dolphins, and that was one of the most magical, wonderful days of my life.
Yeah.
And those are bred in captivity, but they were dolphins bred in captivity. But it would just go to show because it's owned by the same company, and then you got SeaWorld, but Discovery Cove itself was just unbelievable and just wonderful.
In what sense?
Well, just like swimming with a dolphin, they seemed free, they seemed happy. Like, honestly, I can't speak for the thoughts of dolphins, but they just seemed really happy and... Okay, I'm sure you can. But funny thing I found out the other day, when me and my wife, Beck, swam with them, she swam with a dolphin 10 years ago before we went. But she swam with the same dolphin twice, we found out.
What?
The dolphin was called Roxy, and she swam with it, and she swam with it when she was an adult, which I thought was quite cool.
It would be interesting to know whether the dolphin recognised her.
That is true, yeah. They are intelligent creatures.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't know, because bred in captivity...
I'm just saying, same company, but it seems so much different, so much happier.
But bred in captivity, I wonder if like instinct still holds... Because bred in captivity,
instinct,
that's the only thing that animal's ever going to have known in its life. It's never going to have known freedom and then being brought into this little thing. But I wonder if there's still something inbuilt which is like, this isn't right. I should be free, you know? Again, this is massive speculation.
Yeah, well, I understand that, but then you could say the same as with cats. Some cats are indoor cats. They don't like going outside. Yeah. Where the whole thing, like cats are outside animals as well.
But if they don't like going outside, that's the difference between
but is that
being
because
made to stay inside?
Is that because they were raised indoors and not allowed out until they hit a certain age?
I have an indoor cat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He might like going outside, but because we live in a flat, we can't. No, we are. Eventually, we will.
That's for the cat's safety, though. It's strange, isn't it?
We're not opposed to letting him out, say, if we ever moved.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
There's lots of grey areas when it comes to stuff like this.
When you said...
Show.
Yeah, it is. As you said last time. But
I love that.
Really good film.
Too.
As you said, that you swam with dolphins, and it was magical.
It was.
My dad swam with a dolphin by himself in the wild.
Wow.
Did you hear this story?
No, I don't think I have.
Long time ago, my grandparents had they lived in West Wales, and they had a boat, and they went windsurfing. He went a bit further than everyone else, kind of like there's about say 3 of them. I think it was my dad, my uncle, my granddad, and they just went one way, and like my dad was just off course a bit. He said it was absolutely lovely, really calm water. So he put his sail down and just kind of like laid on the board, feet in the water and arms in the water. Just loved it, laying there, really nice and calm. A fin came up next to him and started circling him. Thought it was a shark, so he jumped up back on his board. When it got close enough, popped his head up and it was a dolphin.
What? Sorry, where was this again?
West Wales.
Oh.
So he got in and started swimming with it.
That's
just
amazing.
Not it wasn't for too long because the whole thing of apparently the dolphins are trained for having trainers putting their arm on the back fin, and they're trained for that because my dad done it, put his hand on the back fin, it rolled to get it off him and then swam away because they don't actually like it.
Interesting.
I believe.
That's cool.
But that actually.
Well, I did that with a dolphin. I put the arm around it
because they're trained for that.
And he tried to do it, and then the dolphin was like, "Nope."
Yeah, pretty much rolled and swam away.
Don't you touch me up?
Yeah, but yeah, that's when my dad swam.
That's cool. I like that story.
Dolphin in the wild.
That's
I thought it was
nice.
a shark at first. You shit yourself.
Well, you would, wouldn't you? If it was a shark. Would you?
Definitely.
guys go swimming with sharks? Because that's like a
Fuck
big thing on
no.
bucket lists, isn't it? It's like going in the cage and stuff like that.
No.
Nothing to do with the sea.
No.
We'll go in from
As
the shore.
both,
Yeah, but anything to do with deep sea
Yeah.
or sea creatures.
as we've
or...
both said in the
Yeah.
first one, which we didn't actually hear, was
No, thank you.
a fear
Never.
of
Yeah,
the
we
water.
did, didn't we?
Not worth the risk
No,
No.
for me.
Okay.
not at all. We've hit an hour as well.
Yeah, we've hit an hour.
Wow.
But yeah,
God, that goes quick,
it
doesn't it?
really does go fast.
Jeez. Cool.
Should we call it there then?
We will call it there. That was really fun. I learned
Yeah.
so much. Franksanfrisco.
I think that's the name. Franksanfrisco.
Oh, I love that so much.
Well, how about this then?
Ooh,
Perhaps we could introduce a thing for these podcasts where if somebody brings up something that the others haven't seen, we make an effort to watch that or read it or look it up.
that sounds
And
pretty
then
good. Yeah.
next time we get
So
together,
we got
we can discuss it.
May I Be Frank with you and Blackfish for you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing I don't really want to
Ah,
watch.
Yeah,
you just said.
But also, you
Now I
should
regret
try
this.
not to comment on books because I will not read them.
Will you not? We don't have to do this. It was just an idea.
No,
Kinda
I'd
a
like
book
that
club
idea.
you know?
Yeah, no, I like
Or even keep it to something like if I don't particularly want to watch Blackfish for the reason I don't want to see
The cruelty to them.
Yeah.
Well,
So
the
how
May I Be
about
Frank
how
thing doesn't
about-
interest me, but I'll watch it.
yeah, but you don't object to it. That's the thing. I don't.
Well,
want
I
to
do,
see. I
'cause
don't
I-
want to see it for a particular reason. So how about we make an effort to research around the idea?
Okay.
Do a bit of
Yeah, sounds
reading
good.
about it because.
That
Yeah.
sounds
Well,
good.
I'll watch Blackfish and I'll watch.
Okay.
I don't like the cruelty to animals, but I will
Yeah.
watch Blackfish and I'll watch.
Just
Love
get your own
Frank.
opinion on it.
Yeah, cool. All right then.
Let
Sounds
me
good.
Put up on it. Yeah.
Okay.
High fives.
High fives. Well done. That was good. We enjoyed that. Okay, so thank you for listening, all two of you,
Yeah,
and
cheers. And John.
John. Cheers, John. So follow us on Twitter on Backwine Podcast. You can see us our pretty faces on YouTube as well for at Backwine Podcast as well. So I will say goodbye. Will you say goodbye, Dale?
I will say goodbye.
And Ollie, go on, say goodbye. So, okay, see you next time, folks. Take care. Bye.
Backwine Podcast.